And is the time ripe? Is the time ripe? Is he gonna do it? That is game, my friends. We are the champions, my friends. I'm just going to let that hit. And that's gonna be game. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. How's it going, my fellow planeswalkers? Welcome back to my channel. On today's episode of MTG Arena with champmoish, we are doing something a little cool today. So today we're doing a Feather the Redeemed deck. So the War of the Spark expansion has been out for about a month now, and you know there's some pretty hot cards that dropped and some pretty sweet decks that have been made. I personally have got my butt whipped to the Feather the Redeemed deck a few times, so I figured the time was right for me to go ahead and make a little rendition of this of my own. Okay, so this is, I'm calling this Captain Sacrifice. I'm going to get to that in a moment as to why I'm calling it Captain Sacrifice. You'll see as I go along why it's called Captain Sacrifice, and it's really cool. So there's a few different combinations in this deck that when they pop off, we are in a sweet space. So, okay, yeah, I guess let's get right on into it. But before I do, I want to give you guys a reminder, hit that subscribe button. Okay, so starting off, we have a bunch of instants in this deck that are like one drop instants. So they're easy to cast. They give me a certain amount of value, and at the same time, I can reoccur it. So basically, the theme of this deck is essentially Feather the Redeemed. He's 3-drop, a flyer with 3/4, which is very nice. Just his body is very nice for 3 mana. Yes, he is harder to put down because it's not any colorless mana. It's 2 white and 1 red. So sometimes you're in a bit of trouble, but this is what happens. Whenever you cast an instant or a sorcery spell that targets a creature you control, you exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do this, you get this card back at the beginning of the next end step. So this is not just on your turn, this is also on your opponent's turn. So this is actually very important. I'll tell you why. Okay, so basically this is the reason why we have plenty of 1-drop instants. We have 3 copies of Defiant Strikes. Essentially, it gives me a +1/+0, and 10 on the turn, and it gives me a card, which is always nice. Then we have 2 copies of Gideon Sacrifice, and this is the sacrifice part of the Captain Sacrifice. This is my second combination in this deck, which I had to include it because someone pulled this off on me. I came so out of left field that I wasn't even mad. Like, I actually think one of the emotes that they should allow you to do, you know, like hello, nice, it should be not even mad. Then we have 3 copies of Sheltering Light. This is to make my stuff indestructible. Also, it gives me a scry, which is important. We have 4 copies of Samet Sprint. This gives me +2/+1 and gains haste, and you also scry. So the Samet Sprint I'm primarily using probably for the Krenko, but it works out also pretty well with my other creatures in this deck. We have 3 copies of Integrity Intervention. I'm primarily using this for the integrity part of this card, but at the same time, Intervention really comes, it could really play off for you sometimes. You know, you could do 3 damage to any target and you gain 3 life, so it's great against aggro decks. You know, you can hit Planeswalkers if you need to, you can hit in the Dome if you need to, whatever. Integrity Intervention is really cool. As I said before, I am using it primarily for integrity though. Dreadhorde Arcanist. So this is another cool card from the War of the Spark expansion. Basically what it does is it's a 2-drop creature with a 1/3 body. It has trample. Whenever you attack, you may cast a card from your graveyard, an instant or sorcery, free of charge. You don't have to pay the mana cost, so long as it's under it's equal to or under Dreadhorde Arcanist's power. So yes, a lot of these stuff, Defiant Strikes, Sheltering Light, Integrities, and stuff like this, you could actually pull back. Actually, let me take that back. You can't use Integrity. I made that mistake. You would think that Integrity is just a 1 converted mana cost, but actually this card is a 5 converted mana cost because it takes a total pip count. But anyway, you could use stuff from your graveyard. You could cast it a second time for free and then you exile it, which is actually very important because a lot of my removals, such as Lightning Strike, Jaya's Greeting, Justice Strikes, you actually get to use a second time, so long as I give him a Defiant Strike, a Samet Sprint, or anything of that nature. We have 2 copies of Jaya's Greeting, 2 Lightning Strikes. Why am I doing Jaya's Greeting? I probably could do more Lightning Strikes, but I like the scry part of it. It really helps me out sometimes, as I said. It's also hard to sometimes hit Feather the Redeemed on curve because the mana costs are very specific. So as much as I can scry, I'm trying to get that happening. 2 Lightning Strikes, 3 Justice Strikes. Okay, now this is the Feather the Redeemed part of the deck. I'm primarily going to be using Feather the Redeemed with 10th District Legionnaire because 10th District Legionnaire has haste, comes into the 2/2 body. Whenever you target it with a spell, it gets a 1/1 counter on it, and then it scries 1. So you can see why this is really cool with Feather the Redeemed, because I'm constantly recurring back my spells. I constantly could pump it right back at my 10th District Legionnaire, and then it's just getting, before you know it becomes quite the threat. It's really great. Also, we're running Krenko because I am playing ways of making it indestructible, which is really important. And with Feather the Redeemed, essentially I could, keep on making him indestructible if it works out according to plan. And he just keeps on building every time he attacks, and before you know it, you have a massive board state, which is amazing. We have 4 copies of Feather the Redeemed. It's necessary to play 4 copies, even though, if you watch any of my other videos, my personal feelings with legendary creatures is I don't like to run a full play set, very simply because you could clog up your hand and you can't play them. If you have 1 feather on the field, if you have another feather in your hand or 2 feathers in your hand, they're just sitting ducks. You can't do anything with them. Okay, then we come to our Truefire Captain. So the reason why this deck is being called Captain Sacrifice is this. Truefire Captain, okay, he has Mentor, which is great. He's a 4/3 body for 4 mana, which isn't the greatest shakes in the world, but whatever. He's also hard to hit because the mana specifications are very specific, such as 2 reds, 2 whites. But here's where he becomes interesting. Whenever Truefire Captain is dealt damage, it deals that damage to target player. So this works out very well because with Sheltering Light, I could block out with him and then make him indestructible, and essentially I'm just doing damage to my opponent. That's one way that he's sweet. But the reason why this deck is being called Captain Sacrifice is this. So Gideon Sacrifice, I know I skipped over it before, and I'm going to explain it to you right now. 1-drop instance. Unfortunately, I don't get to recur this with Feather. I'll tell you why. It says choose a creature or planeswalker you control. It doesn't say target. In Magic, it's all in the wording. You have to be very specific with the wording. It says choose a creature, not target a creature. So being that I'm not targeting a creature, unfortunately with Feather the Redeemed, I don't get the spell back because it says whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell that targets a creature you control. But anyway, I'm keeping this for those few times that I do get to use it. Basically, choose a creature or planeswalker you control. All damage that would be dealt this turn to you and permanents you control is dealt to the chosen permanent instead. So essentially, let's say my opponent has a massive board state, He's going to swing home for gold thinking that he got the game in his hand. I have a Truefire Captain down on the field. I play Gideon Sacrifice. I reroute all that damage onto the Truefire Captain, and poof, you win the game. It's happened to me. When this happened to me, I'm telling you, I was like just staring at my screen. I was like, what the fuck just happened? But it was great. It was really great. I figured I'm playing the right colors. Even if the Truefire Captain with the Gideon Sacrifice doesn't pop off, Truefire Captain is an amazing card. I have a bunch of ways of making him indestructible, and then I can use him for blocking, and then he also has Mentor. It just works out very nicely. I thought I'd put it in 2 copies. I believe 2 copies is the perfect amount. Anyway, 8 plains, 8 mountains, 3 clifftop retreats, and 4 stone quarries. Unfortunately, I do have to run stone quarries as I don't have any more of the rear lands for this playset. It could slow me down sometimes, not gonna lie, but so long as I could get Feather the Redeemed on curve, it's worth it. Anyway, this is it for the deck tech. Let's go into round 1. Feather the Redeemed, or Captain Sacrifice, should I say. So is this deck competitive? Sometimes, I suppose. Sometimes when it really hits off nicely, it's very nice. Other times, not so much. As I said, it's hard to hit your curve sometimes with the specific mana qualifications, but Let's see what we got. Okay, so the problem with this hand is I actually have nothing to play beyond removal. So I'm going to unfortunately have to mulligan that. And yeah, this is a bit better. But then again, I don't have any of the spells. But oh well. I'm probably going to start off with a 10th District Legionnaire. Also, the good thing is over here, I'm going to hit Feather on curve. I do want to draw some instants at this point. We may get our hand hate upon, which is always a pain in the butt. But oh well. I think we could expect to see a... No, we actually can expect to see Thought Erasure because he would have just paid to tap that in. Okay, so this is a mill deck. Well, actually with Dreadheart Arcanist, that's not the worst thing in the world. Oh, but it actually does, it exiles it. That's not good. I guess the time is ripe. I'm going to have to do it like this. I'm going to have to kill off Ashiok right now. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be able... I wanted to play Feather the Redeemed, but I won't be able to for the time being. But at least this is going to get out of here. So we slowed down his mill a bit. He most likely has a Davriel or another Ashiok in hand. That would make sense if he does. That's cool with me. Totally fine. I'm actually happy he did that. So now I'm going to get the Feather out. And all I need now is to make myself indestructible. If I could find myself my indestructibility card, that'd be great. Although we probably are going to lose something right now. Probably the Feather. Enter the God Eternals. Okay. I mean, this is not working out according to plan, but what could you do? So if I do it like this, what do I have in the graveyard? I do have Justice Strike. Okay, so I'm going to do it like this. I'm going to give Dreadheart Arcanist haste. I'm going to bring back... Do I want this at the top of my deck? I don't. I'm going to bring back the Justice Strike. And I'm just going to pop this off real quick. And we're going to swing in for 6 damage, which is nice. But unfortunately... I believe my opponent has the advantage at this point. He probably has another Enter the God Eternals. Yeah, it's one of those type of decks. It's funny that he's running Ashiok, though. Okay, well, I'm glad I'm making him waste up his removal, though. That's always something worthwhile. Okay, so now at this point, we have Truefire Captain down. Fortunately, he's gaining life with his Veraskas. I'm hoping his removal is going to slow down a tad. Wall of Lost Thoughts. Okay, I mean, that sucks, but it's not the worst thing in the world. Because I'm going to boost up... Oh, shit. Maybe that is the worst thing in the world? Okay, let me think what I'm going to do. So I'm actually going to do this first. I'm hoping to go into some removal. I guess I'll take... No. I didn't... Okay, I did draw a card. We'll do this again. No. I'm hoping to get removal. Removal. Beautiful. That's exactly what I needed. The Arena Gods answered my prayers. And now we're going to swing in for a hefty bit of damage. Okay, so we may yet win this one. Not too sure, but I know that my opponent is probably running some more removal. Maybe another Enter the God Eternals of Vraska's or something. Wall of Lost Thoughts. Okay. That's very interesting that he's going for the mill aspect, because you could actually play this... I don't know, you call it an archetype or whatever, a bit more effective than he is. Okay. So, let me think for a moment. If I go for the Truefire Captain, the thing with the Truefire Captain is not... I'm going to go this way. I think this is the best way. Yeah, absolutely going to keep... Oh, wait. That was actually a bit stupid because he's going to go ahead and take that himself. But then again, if he snaps off the Truefire Captain, I hit him in the face. I'm not too worried about that. So actually... No, actually, he's going to mill this. So long as he can't do anything too devastating... She may be able to, though. Yeah, I don't like that. So he's going to obviously pull off. Okay, so I know that he took obviously my Jaya's Greeting because he milled 3 cards, and that's the one that I don't see in the graveyard. He'll be able to hit Truefire Captain, which is not the worst thing for me, as I said, because I could just throw it back into his face, which is nice. Which is very nice indeed. My problem is the other stuff he's going to do. Okay, so that's going to get hit in the face. The problem being now, he must have another... Oh, that's game. That is game. Okay, that pleases me. Okay. Okay, that was nice. This is with him, you know, dealing with a bunch of my shit. All right, unfortunately, we did not see any of our combos pop off. He did get rid of my feathers and whatnot. Alrighty then. Yes, I think I am going to stick with this. I will potentially be able to swing into a feather on curve. That's not good. That's never good. If he's playing that type of deck, I can imagine that I don't need Jaya's Greeting. Oh, shoot. I wanted my... Okay, that blows. Okay, I love my Samet Sprint, and he dealt with that. It seems like I'm going up against more of these control type hand-hate decks. I'll get rid of the second Jaya as well. Okay, so now that is pretty sweet. Also, I'll probably be able to use the stuff from my graveyard with the Dreadhorde, which is always nice. I actually want him to waste his removal on the Dreadhorde Arcanist because I do want to go into Feather the Redeem this next turn, and he won't be able to be protected when he comes in. Oh, Jesus. That blows. The Kingpin's going to have to go, and the Sheltering Light's going to have to go. Which is a shame. Here, let me swing in like this. I'll give him a Samet Sprint. I'll get to... No, Truefire Captain's not going to do. Put him at the bottom. If he blocks out, I'm still trampling a bit over, which is nice. And then we went for Feather the Redeem. Okay. So, if I could... Yeah, this is going. There's no way it's going to stick. Which is a real shame. Yeah, we're going to see it get Baraskud or something. Murder. Okay. So that's the problem with Feather. The same way I would say with, say, the Thief of Sanity. They never end up sticking on the board. At least this is my experience. No, there's no need. You know what? Maybe I will. I want to be able to scry. Nope. Okay. So now we have 2 Dreadhorde Arcanas down. This doesn't do me very much. I'm actually playing... These are both my copies that I have in this deck. I just don't want to keep anything in hand because my opponent is apparently playing around with my hand. Okay, so that's going to hit, and then if the Kingpin could remain, which obviously he probably won't, that would be good. Maybe I shouldn't have used my Sheltering Light because with my Dreadhorde Arcanist, I could have always casted it onto the Kingpin and then protected him that way. But you know, you can't be... Wait a second. I'm actually pretty happy with my position right now. He didn't get rid of the Kingpin off his first strike, so now I have some extra bodies on the field, which is always pretty sweet. I'll probably try to hand hate right now, and then I'll just cast it at the Burglar Rat. Yup, that's fine by me. I made him waste up his mana. This is good. This is actually very good where we're at right now. I guess my stuff would fall to Ritual of Soot. So... I think this is fine. I think I'll be fine. Yeah. Unless he Ritual of Soots or something to that nature. Yeah. Alright, so that's 2 matches. Once again, we did not see Feather the Redeem pop off, though, which is annoying. I want to see Feather the Redeem do its thing. Nice. Arvad the Cur. Not very playable, but nice. Okay. Yeah, I think I'll play that. You see, this is the problem with my stone quarries, though. They come in tap, but depending. If I draw into a feather, maybe I'll hold off on my 10th District Legionnaire a turn. But otherwise, I'll just come in, stone quarry, plains, swing, and begin this party. I'm also thinking about making a deck with 10th District Legionnaire and Fanatical Firebrand and make it a sort of in an aura deck, because he also gets 1/1 counters from auras and scrying. So, and also red and white is the perfect like aura type of color scheme. So that would be a cool deck idea. If you guys actually want to see something like that, hit the like button, drop it in the comments, and I'll put that together. Ooh, okay. So this is interesting. I wonder how this is going to play. I think I do want to be a bit more speedy on this deck. I will start off with the 10th District Legionnaires. And we're going to come in, swing. Interesting. So the good thing about Navigator's Compass comes and you gain 3 life. You could tap any land and it gets 3. It could give you any type of colored mana, which is great because now this Blast Zone essentially... Ooh, we may be seeing a Planeswalker deck, boys. We may be seeing a Planeswalker deck. Do I want to go into Stone Quarry right now? Question. I think I will actually, because I want to keep my mana available to get Feather down and then Defiant Strike or Integrity and then start recurring back some of my instants. But I do think we're probably going to see a Planeswalker right about now. Yeah. Oh, maybe not. I see what he's doing. Okay, that could be a bit of a problem. I don't have any indestructibility just yet. I will actually play another... Oh, let me see what I get. Oh. This is actually no good. No good. We're about to lose quite a bit. I mean, if that's the case, I'm actually just going to come in swinging with all that I got. No. I'm also starting to believe that I have too much mana in this thing. Too many mana. Okay. We're about to lose our stuff. That blows. Nice. Shame. Fortunately, we're sitting on a dead hand right now. That's the problem with Justice Strike. It's only to a creature, but at the same time, you do need Justice Strikes to deal with some of those bigger threats. Maybe I could afford to drop another Justice Strike, add in another Lightning Strike. So I could have hit him in the dome right now for an extra 3. And now, of course, we get the Sheltering Light. Now we have all the instants in the world and nothing to do with it. But at least if I do draw into a Krenko or a Feather, we're good. Renewal. So he's definitely taking the slow route, and I also think he got a bit of mana screwed. Okay, so I'm going to save this. I'll do it at instant speed. Maybe I'll go ahead and hit a Planeswalker that he has. Maybe I'll just hit him in the face. Come on, Be Wild, 1039. Here we go. You know what? I'm just going to blast him in his face. Unbelievable. Okay. So I have all the instants in the world and nothing to play it with. I wonder if he's going to pop it. Yeah, he needs to get land. He's a bit screwed, minus screwed. Justice Strike also doesn't hurt Planeswalkers, which sucks. What are we going to see right now? No, I'm not going to like it. So Karn the Great Creator, he gains life. Activate abilities. You may choose an artifact card you own from outside the game. Feel that card into your hand. Chromatic Lantern. Okay. Oh, wait a moment. This could be nice. I don't know. I'm having a feeling, guys, that this is gonna be the deck. We're gonna see the captain, the Truefire Captain, do the thing with Gideon sacrifice. I have a feeling that's how I'm gonna win this game. We may be in for something pretty sweet right now. Next turn. So long as he just doesn't kill it, I want him to do damage to it. We're about to see the Chromatic Lantern. Unfortunately, a bunch of these lands are going to be able to tap for anything. So, yeah, this is a straight-up Planeswalker deck. I am pretty sure I'm not going to like what I'm seeing. Have Tezzeret, Artifice Master. Jesus. Okay, okay, I'm gonna have to be fast about it. I'm gonna strike. Oh no. Okay. Yeah, I actually win this game. I win this game. This is great. You'll see why I win this game right now. I don't know if you see it just yet. And we have Feather the Redeemed. I could do everything I wanted anyway. Okay, so this game is mine because I'm gonna swing in over here for 4 damage. Okay, hit for 4. I'm gonna make him indestructible, which I'll be able to reoccur, by the way, with Feather the Redeemed. And then I'm gonna pop my own self with my Justice Strike. Absolutely, I'll keep that on top. Pop myself with my own Justice Strike. And yes, and hit my opponent for 4. Okay. That was pretty sweet, guys. Good game. Good game indeed. He didn't even give me the satisfaction of finishing off. I'll go for one more simply because not once did we see Feather the Redeemed do its thing. And it would be a real shame if we don't even see it fire off. I'm going to mulligan this. And I'll keep that. I'll keep that indeed. I mean, I suppose the wrong source of mana is better than no mana. But I don't see us hitting the Feather on curve. At least we have the 10th District Legionnaire, and we'll also probably get off a Krenko. So long as he doesn't drop red or something else. If he goes mono green, I think that, oh, I take back what I said. I'm going to actually take a pause over here, and I'm going to pop this off with a Justice Strike. And I'm going to move forward once again. He for sure is playing 4 copies of Steel Leaf Champion if he's playing mono green. This is a beast of a card, there's no doubt about it. Some would even say it's OP. Like, it may be a bit too powerful. Whatever, I'm going to go for the Krenko. Hopefully I'll be able to get something out of it. Yeah, unfortunately my opponent's getting a bit too big. And I am shorted out on mana. Oh, I see what this is. It's an elf deck. Okay, that could be actually quite troublesome. I do need to get my indestructible card right about now, so at least I'll be able to build up a field of blockers. Shit! Ay. Oh well. And now I get it. Okay, I guess I'll swing in anyway. Try to get rid of him. Build him up. 2, 3. I'm gonna make him indestructible. This is unfortunately one turn too late. Okay, and now we have 10th district. Yeah, unfortunately, I think we're not going to be able to win this one. If I know the opponent, he's just going to be pulling out elves for days, and every time he's going to do this, the elves you control, this is not even a legendary creature, and there we go, Steel Live Champion. Yeah, unfortunately, this is not going to be... You know what? I'm not going to concede because I could still win this one off doing a Gideon sacrifice. I actually need myself a Truefire Captain. My opponent's going to go super wide. He's not even going to see it coming. He's going to swing in with everything. I'm going to do a... Okay, we are in a very, very right position right now for what I want to happen, okay? So, what am I going to do? I'm actually going to swing for home. In fact, I'm actually not going to do anything to the opponent's planeswalker. The reason being is I actually need him to have as much damage as possible. And with that damage, I'll be able to, hopefully when I pull off a Gideon sacrifice, hopefully I'll be able to do enough damage to defeat him. So I want to lure him right now into a false sense of security. That's essentially what I'm doing over here. I do have to watch out for some pitfalls. Some of the pitfalls right now is, how is he going to deck? Could he directly remove Truefire Captain? He is playing mono green, so thankfully they don't deal with that. He can't bounce it into hand. I guess he could fight me. I hope not. Yes, so I think the play is as such. The play is I'm going to swing in with everything I have at the opponent. My opponent's going to think, oh, I can't do that. I actually can't do that right now. Okay, so what I'm going to do is as such. Swing in everything to home besides the Truefire Captain. This is actually really good. I'm telling you, my opponent's going to fall for this hook, line, and sinker. He will never expect what's happening to happen. Okay. Here we go. He's going to come in with everything he's got. And I'm going to do a Gideon sacrifice. I'm going to tell him, good game. Well, he may think I actually could have settled the wreckage. So I do want to play a card that's going to make him feel bold enough to attack. Whisper. Okay. I do want him to feel bold enough to attack. Fortunately, with the field state now, he won't probably attack with everything he has, simply because he probably thinks that I do have a settle the wreckage, which he should be careful of, because that's actually a very legitimate concern. Is he going to do it? Is he going to do it, or is he not going to do it? Maybe he will be bold enough to attack because he figures he has such a massive board anyway that what's the big deal? Oh, come on, just do it, please. He didn't do it. Okay, so now I'm going to lure him into thinking that he could do it this turn. I'm going to pop off the Jaya's Greeting. Yeah, I guess I could keep that on top. That's no big deal. I'm not going to attack because I can't swing with everything I have. But he can't counterspell. This is going to be good. This should actually be very, very good. He knows now that I can't do the settle the wreckage. And you guys are about to see something really juicy. I'm going to let that resolve. That's funny that he's playing Evolution Sage. I guess he's just playing it for the Planeswalker sense, being that it proliferates, but he's not getting counters in this deck. Which is funny. He should have adapted this first, actually. That's totally fine. I think my opponent's going to go for broke, and I'm going to win the game now. So he could swing in. Maybe he'll wait one more turn, actually. Possible he'll wait another turn. Oh, wow. He's actually going to go for it now. He's going to go for it now, guys. I could feel it in my bones. Here we go. Good game. Do it. Do it. I know it. He's going to do it. Come on, man. What the hell? What's he waiting for? What's he waiting for? Okay, now I'm getting a bit nervous. Maybe he is onto my scheme and he understands that I could do a Gideon sacrifice on my Truefire Captain. No, I can't do Feather the Redeemed now. No, I can't do that. This is a bit of a problem. Now I'm a bit worried. I don't know why I'm worried. He should technically still not be able to do anything to me. But, resolve all. He still didn't give this counters, which is funny. Okay, I see what he's doing. He wants to get the emblem. Okay, he's getting cocky. Fine by me. It's not really going to help you, dude. I got this in the bag. Another Vanquisher's Banner. I'm just going to go ahead and throw my Samet Sprint so he won't feel like I have a Settle the Wreckage. Just to waylay some of his fears. Okay. Wow. Okay, so this guy has a massive board state going on. But if all goes according to plan, it shouldn't help him all that much. So I'm going to go ahead and boost that up so my opponent knows that I don't have a Settle the Wreckage. I am tempting him. Maybe I'll keep the land on the top. Why not? Doesn't really make a difference. If this doesn't work out, I lose regardless. My opponent may be getting just a bit cocky, and he just wants to see how big he can go before he does this. But in truth, there's no reason for him to wait. There really isn't any reason for him to wait. I can't possibly defeat him by blocking him out. And is the time ripe? Is the time ripe? Is he gonna do it? That is game, my friends. We are the champions, my friends. I'm just going to let that hit. And that's going to be game. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Whoever said you need to have the massive board state to win the game? Anyway, you guys saw how my Truefire Captain, along with Gideon Sacrifice little combination pulls off. I can't take credit for it. I was playing somebody yesterday when he pulled that off of me, and I was in total shock. I did not see how that was possible. But yeah, this is the Captain Sacrifice deck. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe if you have not yet, and most importantly, I hope you guys have a great day.